Hey, everybody. I guess we all have the same question. Working hard only to starve. Check this out.
When are things going to go back to where you can work and support your family without fucking stressing out?
I'm fed up with how much it costs to eat. Like, it's to the point where it's like, how is we supposed to be the moms like the TikTok girlies where we taking our kids to the aquarium and it's $65 per kid to get in the aquarium when we could barely feed them?
Yep, that is the magic question. That is the magic question. I speaking with someone, and I was like, hey, how long is this supposed to go on? Because I was listening to a financial channel and they were saying, oh, this right here, someone gave their opinion, another 2 or 3 years. Say what? Another 2 or 3 years? It's not sustainable. To be honest, another 3 to 6 months is not sustainable for some people because you know what? By that time, people are already saying, hey, they got to choose whether they're going to go ahead and pay your place to live or eat. That should not be, because those are both necessities. They're not luxuries. Having a place to lay your head and live is not a luxury. Having food to eat is not a luxury. And then you think about it, okay, so if you buy food, where are you gonna cook it? In your car? You have an RV or something? At this point, it may sound crazy. If man, a RV might be the next thing for some people. For what they're saying in rent, it's crazy. And don't forget, you're renting. This is not an investment. You're renting, okay? You're gonna never have any equity. I'm not saying what to do, but some of the things that I hear, man, I'd rather put my stuff in a storage, and especially if you're single, and maybe stay in an RV. Now, here's the downside. The downside is just to rent a place like that, even for an RV spot, you're looking at anywhere between, because I have a friend of mine who has one, who travels, you're looking between $700 and $800 a month. However, you are in a RV site, and they do have washers and dryers, and they do have showers. So you look at it, you're in a community where everybody has an RV, and you're paying what, $700-$800 a month. You got the hookups for your bathroom for your RV, and then on top of that, you do have, what is this? You've got um, access to a shower, a washer, and dryer. Now, here's the sad thing. That right there, I'm thinking of 700-800 a month. That's last year's prices. It's probably more now. It is probably more now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $900 or $1,000 a month now. So when is it going to go down? Everyone's asking the same question. Wall Street is giving us a little rally, but Wall Street and Main Streets, those are two different neighborhoods. Two different neighborhoods. When is it going to go down? When I heard that guy say 2 to 3 years of this here, it's just not possible. You're going to have more homelessness. The food banks are already coming up empty. I've even heard reports where people that normally donate to the food bank, guess what? They're up there now. They've lost jobs. They are showing up to the food bank themselves. The people that used to donate. Like one lady said, she used to donate to the food bank, and guess what happened? Went up there, needed help this time around. The food bank, there was no more food left. Talk about the purge. But we got all the tax dollars going all over the universe. We're paying big daddy dollars, and I totally get it. It's for our influence and all that. But here's the part I still don't get. Millions, no, billions of dollars going all around the globe. Oh, the Ukraine, we gotcha. Over here, we gotcha. Oh, we gotcha. American taxpayers, well, we don't gotcha. So yeah, how long will this last? 2 to 3 years. A lot of people have all savings. What's that? That's been gone. So taking the kids out, can forget about that. Letting them go out and have a good time. What did one girl say? I'm just in bed, not because I'm tired and bored, not because I'm depressed. I don't have any money to go anywhere. When finances get tight, man, sometimes, especially in homes, things can get rather challenging. Welcome to the real world of inflation. Again, thinking the same thing. How long will this go on? 2 to 3 years? It's just not sustainable. We don't have 2 or 3 years of you're going to have a depressed economy. Depressed, a lot of, well, it's already depressed. You're going to have people that are depressed. And when people get depressed, things happen. So how long? 2 to 3 years of this right here? No. I was asking someone before. They said, oh, we've been through this before, older person. And they said, I think they said something about in the 80s. I'm like, well, I don't remember that, in the 80s. Hello, I was a kid in the 80s. And I was like, well, what happened? And they're like, oh, yeah. And people got back on their feet. We've been, this older person telling me in their, 60s, we've been through this before. And I thought to myself, I said, well, how long did this last in the 80s? And I think the person was telling me something about in the 80s, they had a recession and housing crash and all that kind of stuff. And I said, well, how long did that last in the 80s? And the person told me that it lasted for 5 to 6 years. And as a result of that, that person went ahead and bought a house. They were like, yeah, because people were losing their houses left and right. They were losing their houses. And I'm like, okay, so 5 or 6 years, is that the time to get back on your feet? But by that time, let's be realistic, people. 5 or 6 years, if you lose your house 5 or 6 years, the house is already sold. Where are you? In an apartment? Do you get the same job back? So I'm not buying it's going to be all right. Everybody's going to be back on their feet. If you lost your house, you have lost all the equity in the house. You lost everything. So yeah, I'm not buying, oh, it's going to be all right. You just hang in there. Something has got to change. I don't know what. And the powers that be, from what I can see, they're not really concerned. They're not concerned. We're more concerned about appearances worldwide and taking care of the ones at the top. That's how I see it. Anyway, let me know what you all think. How long is this going to go on? This is not sustainable. Simply said, channel number 2. Let me know what you all think, and I'm out. Love ya.